Hi, welcome to the Newbie Traders latest video. I've noticed we have a few new members on the channel, so I wanted to create this kind of presentation just in case any of you are new to trading. I don't know what your background is, and hopefully learn from some mistakes that myself and I will guarantee others have made on their journey. So I'm going to go through some reasons why I think not just new traders, but I think most traders will fail, and these are some of the reasons that I've certainly learned from myself, and why I think I've some of the fails I've made over the past few years. First one, this is a good and bad thing. So experienced traders, people who've made it in the markets, whether it's horse racing or whether it's the football markets, they've made it, they've got an edge and it's profitable and they've made their money. You've seen the pictures, the guys in the swimming pool on holiday, or they've got a picture next to a massive house, or they've got a nice little sports car. I don't grudge that, because if this is true and they have made an edge that's profitable, then they've done really well. But then they then obviously make a presentation or make a training pack. No harm in that as well. They want to pass their knowledge on, and some will charge a fortune for their training packs. That's up to them, and it's up to the people who want to buy them. However, when my experience with this is that they make it look so easy to actually make a profit, get this training pack and we can get this six-figure sums, etc. I think some of these training packs will paint a pretty picture, and actually it's not as rosy as them training packs make out to be. Now, I'm not for or against a training pack. People buy them, and no matter what you buy, you're going to get something out of that training pack if you're willing to spend the time on it, not just browse a couple of pages, find something you like, and then go straight into trading. It doesn't work like that. So you need to actually read it, digest it, make sure you know what it's all about, and then you can start to put the training to good use. But that's one of the main reasons why traders fail, is because they see how these experienced traders are doing it, they see how easy they make it look. And let me tell you now, it's not easy. They make it look easy because they know what they're doing. They've been at it years, they've learned all the pitfalls, they've learned how to avoid loss, and these guys are really good. But when they put it across on their training packs, first of all, not everyone's a trainer. Some of it might be lost in translation, and secondly, they make it look so easy, but it's not. For new traders, they can get lost in the detail. So that's the first one, I think, why new traders fail to make it a go, or become successful traders. The second one, they think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, and it kind of follows the first one. They see guys on their training videos and all the training packs, and see the pictures of them in the swimming pool abroad and stuff like that, and they make it look easy, and people look at these and think, wow, there's a get-rich-quick scheme right there, I can do this, not a problem. The fact is, trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you do it to get rich and quickly, then I guarantee you're going to fail, because you're going to hit all kinds of pitfalls. It's slow and it's a steady balance to try and do it. For me, I still haven't made it. I've been doing it on and off for about two years, I'd say, and I'm still not rich. So let's not kid ourselves. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You've got to learn an edge. You've got to make sure you get all the pitfalls. But the most important thing is your mindset. You need to get your mindset right and realize you're not going to get rich quick. You are going to get losses. It's how you deal with them losses, and you want to make sure that whatever edge you have, your profits far outweigh your losses. So some of the good systems I've seen is where you can have 3 or 4 losses out of 10 and still make a profit. They're great, but they're the ones that make it. So it's not a get rich quick scheme. So please don't think it is. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a lot of learning to make it in this game. Third reason is a lack of patience. I think personally I've had an edge, but because it's lost the first 3 times I've used it, I've binned it because I haven't been patient with it. And the reason I haven't been patient with it is because I don't want to lose money. So if you do get a new edge, one of the things that most successful traders will tell you is paper trade it. That way, if you lose on the first couple, you can get you can actually see it over a long-term basis how that edge did. So just because you lost the first couple doesn't mean it's not successful. Out of 10, you might lose the first 2, but then win the next 8. Or you might lose the first 3 or 4 and win the next 6. But it all depends on the long run and how you make the profit, not the short term. And through lack of patience, I've probably binned loads of good strategies because I've lost the first 2 or the first 3. Thinking this is crap, not bothering with that again, don't lose any money on that, and I go back. But then when you do that, you're going back to the start all the time. You're not learning anything, apart from the fact you've got no patience when it comes to systems and learning. You just end up going back to the start each and every time because you haven't given it enough time. Because no one wants to lose money. No one comes into this game to lose money. So when you start to see your bank balance go down because of these systems that you created, you tend to bin them pretty quickly. So one of the biggest things I will say is paper trade. And if you paper traded for 1,000 trades, at least you got some kind of data to back you up and say, okay, is it working or not? If it's not working after 1,000 trades, then fair enough. But if it is, then you're on your way to becoming a successful trader. But you must have patience with it. Paper trading is the best way I can think of patience because you're not losing money, but you're also getting your data at the same time. Fourth one, overtrading. And everyone's done this. I don't care who you are. So you've done a bit of trading, and I'm going to pick on football, for instance, because on a Saturday there's just loads of games. So you've had a successful trade. So I don't know whatever trade that is, and you've won some money on it, and then you had another successful trade, and you might have 2 or 3 of these in a row, and suddenly you feel invincible, and then you want to make more money because greed kicks in, and whoever you are, greed will kick in, and you start to trade on something you shouldn't be trading. It's out of your system, but you think, well, I'm on a lucky streak, I've won so much money, why not give it a go? Well, let's think about that for a second, okay? We're in this game to try and make a success. Now, for me, a successful trader is the one that wins more than they lose, okay? If you got that mindset where you're going into a trade, just giving it a go because you've made some money, then you're going to fail. So think about it. How many of them are you going to do in a day? Suddenly, your profits will turn to loss because you start to chase that loss. So the first one loses and the second one loses. So before you know it, your profit is now a loss. So whatever you've made at the beginning of that day, because you've just overtraded and trading on matches or races that you should never be trading in, suddenly your profit that you made is now turned into a loss. And that is the big one. That is a big point to make. I've done it myself loads of times. Confidence hits, greed hits. You think, oh wow, yeah, I'm on a roll today. Suddenly, you make 40, 50 quid if you're betting low stakes, and you think, wow, yeah, I'm on a roll today. And then you start to trade matches or races you shouldn't be trading. Suddenly that 40, 50 quid turns into 30, 20, 10, and all of a sudden you end up with either just making a profit, a small profit, or you end up with a loss. Not a good place to be. You're gutted. So yeah, be careful of that. get a system, stick to the system, and if the game or the race does not fit into that system, and leave it. You still got a profit. Okay, don't overtrade. Now, one other thing what I say about overtrade is when I first started and I heard this, I think, how can you overtrade? If you're winning money, how is it overtrading? If doesn't matter how many games or races you trade on in a day, if they fall into your system, then trade them. It's when they don't fall into your system, but you trade it anyway, and you start trading and trading and trading, and that's when your profits into losses. So just bear that in mind. Overtrading is not, you can have like 6 races in a day or 10 matches in a day that fall into your system. Some of them will win, some will lose. That's not overtrading. Overtrading for me is when you start to trade something that's not in your system because you want to make more money. Okay, the next one, trading sites. Oh my god, these are killers. So many young traders, so many new traders, and you must, on a Saturday afternoon when the Premier League's in, you probably have over 100, 150, 200 shouts from, I don't know whatever time it is. Australian football kicks off at 10 o'clock, say, right the way through till 8, 9 o'clock at night when all the matches finish. And the shouts that you get is unbelievable. So for a new trader, now these sites will have a mix of experienced traders to non-experienced traders, and then the in-betweens. And no matter what site you go on, it'll have the same mixture. And you'll be getting shouts from everywhere. It'll be like, going in on Newcastle v Sunderland over 2.5. I think Liverpool's going to score. I think Manchester United's going to score. You're going to get a lot of shouts on these. The most important thing to remember on these trading sites is you don't bet on every single shout, because that is a surefire way of losing profit. Not everybody's an experienced trader, and what I would do is stick to your system. If you're using these trading sites, so some of them have stats on them, so have like stat pages on them where you've got the in-play stats on the page. There's a couple I know of that do this, and they're the ones, they may have a chat group outside of that, so on WhatsApp, or whether it's part of the site itself, there's a little chat room in there that you can go into. Now, please don't take it into these sites, because they're fantastic. You can meet some great people on these sites, and I would recommend you having a look at them. But what I don't recommend is that every shot that comes in, you put a bet on it or you trade it, because I guarantee you that comes in a previous point of overtrading, and you're guaranteed to lose. Only put the trades on that are in your system, are in your edge, and have a good opportunity you think of winning. Never put money on someone else's trades. Now, I'm not saying they're not all going to win. They get some winners, but I can guarantee if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, you will end up with a loss. So be wary of trading sites like that. WhatsApp groups, actual chat rooms in the system that you buy. They've all got them, and as I said, massive experience. Some of them with not experience, and you're going to get millions of shouts. Just be wary of that you're not trading everything that gets shouted out, and you're only trading stuff that's in for the matches or the races actually falls into your system. Staking plan. Oh wow, yeah. Every little training pack that you buy or you see from these experienced traders will always have a staking plan in it. Now, when I first started trading, I think, why do I need a staking plan for? That doesn't matter to me. It does, actually. It's there to keep your profits and protect your bank. And that's it. Everyone has a trade where they think it's that's gonna win. That is, I was took a football match I had on the other day. A lot of action, a lot of shots on goal, a lot of attacks. It was a favourite against an outsider. You think, there's going to be a goal here. Lucky enough for me, I didn't go out my staking plan because it didn't come in. If it come in, I went outside my staking plan. I've got a nice little profit. But when you make that over long term, how many times will it happen where I've overstaked and I've lost a massive lot of my trading bank? So have a staking plan, and it doesn't matter. It depends on you. I mean, a lot of sites will say 2% of your bank trade that. A lot of sites will say 5%. That depends on you. But get a staking plan and then stick to it. A lot of ways to actually increase that will be compound trading. So those of you who don't know what compound trading is, if I was to have a staking plan and I say my stake for each game would be £5, and as I won that, and as I win more and more and more, my profit margins grow. So then, as soon as I win one, I'm creating 5% of the winnings, and another 5%, and then you keep adding 5% of your total winnings for that day, which means that your stake is going to go up. So if you put £5 and you win £10, then you're £15 using 5% of the £15, not 5% of the £5 or the £100, whatever you trade. It's all about compound trading. If I haven't explained it properly, I do apologise, but have a look at it online. I've written down. It's a good way of making profit while sticking to a staking plan. And it's up to you how you do that. You can see how your profits go on a daily basis, and then whatever your profit margin is from day one, and you increase to 5% that new profit margin for day two, or you can just do it as on the run. It's up to you, but it's a great way. Compound trading is a good way of making profit fast, and I would recommend it. So these are the reasons why I think traders fail. They think it's easy. Watch the experienced traders, and they basically think it's so easy, and they fail because they realise once they get into it, it's not as easy as they make out to be. Not all the experienced traders are good trainers, so even though it's in the head, some of them can't get it onto the screen properly, or they can't teach it properly. And after watching these, you think it's going to be a get-rich-quick scheme. You see the pictures, the swimming pool, these guys are swimming pools, or next to fast cars, or got these hot women next to them, because it's all signs of success. But actually it's not. Some of these traders who have actually had success have been at it years, blown loads of banks. So don't think you're the only one. If you've blown a couple of trading banks, don't think you're the only one that does that, because you're not. Everyone in guarantees done it in the past, but please don't think it's a quick scheme. It's going to take time to actually get it to work. Paper trade is the lack of patience. It's people don't like to lose money, and they tend to bend systems pretty quickly without actually seeing the long-term profits of that system. So paper trade is the best way of seeing that. You're not losing any money, you're getting the thrill of the trade, and you're getting some data over 100, 200,000, whatever it is you think is necessary, matches or races, and then you're actually getting a true view of that system rather than just a couple of games or a couple of races. Overtrading, trading on matches or races that don't fall into your system because you're on a high, you made a profit and you want to make more profit. It could be that there's no more games in your system that fall into your system parameters, and you're starting to trade outside of that, and that's when you start to lose. So suddenly a profit then at the beginning of the day turns into a loss at the end of the day. So please don't overtrade. Stick to your system. If there's no matches or races that fall into your system for that day, spend some time with your family. Ideal. You made your money, off you go. Trading sites, chat rooms, they're a big one. People bet on everything. So as soon as the shot comes in, you get them, you see them. They're all the same people. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, I'm on it. Oh yeah. When it comes in, you always shout, yeah, top man, yeah, good one. But when it doesn't come in, you don't hear nothing. Trading sites are great. They're great ways of learning. You've got a lot of experience on these trading sites. No matter which one you go on, there's going to be experience on them. What I will say to you is only bet on or trade the races or trade the games that actually fall into your system. Otherwise, you're falling into the overtrading back category. And if it's winning and you didn't get on it, so what? You didn't lose. There's going to be more games for you to trade that actually fall into your system. So just have patience. Don't overtrade and keep to your system. And keep to your staking plan as well. Wherever your staking plan is, whether you're using compound trading or not, stick to your staking plan. Not everything that you trade's going to win, but then you are going to get winners. And if you stick to your staking plan, then your winners or your profit should outweigh your losses if your system's great. And then over the long term, you're actually going to get some money in. As I say, it's going to take a while. It's not a get rich quick scheme. But if you keep on the right staking plan and your system's great, then over the long term period you should make a profit. And over the year, as the months and the years roll on, so does your profit. Your profit will just get bigger, bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and suddenly you'll start making a lot of money out of nothing. So that's it for me. I don't think I've got any more. No, I haven't. So thank you very much, and hopefully you watch this and you'll take heed of it. Thank you very much.